Hello, my dear friends and my dear student. Myself, Susan Pradhan, a teacher from Muluke Secondary School, is again here with a new topic of Class 10 Economics. The topic which I am going to cover out here is money and credit. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you in the class of economics, and the topic which we are going to deal today is money and credit. So before starting our topic, I would like to tell you something. Okay, think that you are going to market to buy a book. You went there and you bought a book, Three Mistakes of My Life, and the cost of that book is 100 rupees, and you pay a 500 rupees. So in replace of that, the seller returned to you a 400 rupees. So what is happening between these two people, the seller and the buyer? That means there is a transaction which is going on. That means someone is buying a book and another is receiving money. So what is happening out here? There is an exchange. The shopkeeper gave book and the student or the person gave money in return of this. So what is the thing which I am going to tell you is that means here both the people are doing their job. One is purchasing and another is selling, but the important thing which comes in between is money. That means which is acted as a medium. So today we are going to study about money and credit. Okay, now let's start our session. So what is money? Money is a current medium of exchange in the form of coins and banknote. As I had already told you that it is a medium of exchange. That means whatever the things which you are needed, you will go and you will bring those things in exchange of money. That means the money is a medium of exchange. Items or verifiable record that is generally accepted as payment for goods and services and repayment of debts in a particular country or social economic context, or is easily converted to such a form. The main function of money are distinguished as. So that means what is the main function of the money? Why money is needed? Why money is introduced? So that means money is introduced as a payment, we accepted it as a payment. It is a thing which we will provide after getting a service from others also. And money are distinguished as medium of exchange. That means if we wanted to buy something, then means we have to pay money, and that is the exchange between. Likewise, in the short story like of the book, that means the seller gave a book and the buyer gave up money. That means because of the money, the selling and buying and selling was happened between those two peoples. Any items or verifiable record that fulfill these functions can be considered as money. So what is money? Money चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि यदि हामीले कुनै सर्भिस प्रोभाइड गर्छौं र सर्भिस प्रोभाइड गरेर त्यसको बदली हामीले मनी पैसा दिन्छौं हामी, है? त्यस्तो प्रकारले कुनै चीज हामी किन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी त्यसमा नि पैसा नै दिन्छौं. दैट मिन्स के हो त मनी भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ कुनै चीजको सर्भिसलाई चाहिँ जब हामीले चाहिँ केही एउटा मिडियमको थ्रुबाट चाहिँ हामी पेमेन्ट गर्छौं, त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी मनी भनेर चाहिँ भन्न सक्छौं. Okay, money as a medium of exchange. The use of money spans a large part of our everyday life. That means money is a part of our everyday life, because without money we can't imagine of doing anything in this world, because nowadays we can't afford to give a service in replace of service. We have to pay it by money. As you all know that in ancient times, when there was no money, when the money was not introduced, at the time the people used to exchange their good in place of another. That is what we call a barter system, which we are going to study later onwards. Okay, goods are being bought and sold with the use of money. As you all know that हामी कुनै पनि चीजको इन्भेस्ट गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई मनीको नै आवश्यकता पर्छ। यसले नै एउटा बिजनेसको पनि एक्जिस्टेन्स गरेको हुन्छ यसमा, बिकज इफ मनी इज देयर देन द बिजनेस विल फ्लो अन, सर्भिस आर बिङ एक्सचेन्ज विथ द मनी एन्ड वाट एभर द थिङ्स। यदि मलाई घर बनाउनु मन पर्यो, यदि मलाई केही दराजहरू बनाउनु मन पर्यो, या इफ आई वान्ट टु कन्स्ट्रक्ट एनिथिङ, इफ आई वान्ट टु बिल्ड एनिथिङ, देन इन replace of that I have to provide money, right? Money is sometimes paid as advance with the promise of delivery of goods later. So what we do, we pay money in advance sometimes, and हामी के गर्छौं, promise गर्छौं with that he or she is going to deliver us the same good which we are in need. As the need for a medium of exchange become a necessity, different materials were used as a medium of exchange. So what we see in our locality, in our whole surrounding, is that money is always used as a medium of exchange. The service, whatever the kinds of service that we are in need, that means we have to pay it through the money. So money is a medium of exchange. So you can see over here that if we wanted to purchase a bread, then we have to provide money. If we wanted to purchase a meat also, then also we have to provide money. That means it acts as a medium between the two things. My desires and needs are only fulfilled through the money. So that's why money is known as a medium of exchange. So look at here the problems of double coincidence of ones. Double coincidence of. So you look here, coincidence. के हो double coincidence भनेको भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ that you can find this in your book also. It is written out there also, double coincidence. So here double coincidence means when this, okay, before that I have to tell you something about a barter system. As I had told you that the exchange of the barter system means it is the exchange of goods from one person to another person. There are कस्तो खालको exchange हुनु पर्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ suppose if I have a weight, then if I am in need of maize, then I have to exchange that thing with the person who is in need of weight and who is going to exchange maize. So this is how the barter system used to exist at that time. Okay, now I am going to tell you about double coincidence of ones. This problem arises in barter system. It means that the seller wishes to sell exactly match with what the buyer desired to buy, but it is difficult to find such a person every time. Money have solved this problem. Double coincidence भनेको के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ डबल कोइन्सिडेन्स चाहिँ यो चाहिँ प्रब्लम चाहिँ युजुअली बार्टर सिस्टममा चाहिँ बेसी एराइज भएको थियो। र एट द टाइम वाट ह्यापन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मान्छेले चाहिँ सपोज मैले आज गहुँ बेच्न चाहदैछु र मलाई चाहिँ मकै चाहिएको छ भने चाहिँ मैले त्यस्तै मान्छे खोज्नु पर्यो, त्यस्तै प्रकारको जसलाई चाहिँ गहुँ चाहिएको छ, जसले चाहिँ मकै, भनेपछि एभ्री टाइम वी आर नट गोइङ टु फाइन्ड द्याट काइन्ड अफ पर्सन, है, एभ्री टाइम त एभाइलेबल हुँदैन। अनि जहिले पाइहालेको खण्डमा चाहिँ त्यसलाई हामी चाहिँ कोइन्सिडेन्स भन्छ नि, हाम्रो मिन्स उसले पनि त्यही सोच्दो रहेछ, मैले पनि त्यस्तो, वाट अ कोइन्सिडेन्ट भनेर हामी युजुअली यो वर्ड युज गर्छौँ। सो द्याट इज वाट डबल कोइन्सिडेन्स। द डबल कोइन्सिडेन्स मिन्स इफ द बयर एन्ड द सेलर डिजायर टु सेल एन्ड बाय each other commodities, then that is a double coincidence. But this type was not usually happened because it is difficult for the people to find out that same kinds of people in order to selling and buying process. So यो problem solve गरिदियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ because of the money, with the introduction of the money, this double coincidence once के भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ the problem of this was erased. Because त्यो टाइममा मान्छेलाई अब जुत्ता बनाउने एउटा मान्छे छ र एउटा जुत्ता बेच्ने छ र अर्को धान बेच्ने छ अरे। जुत्ता बेच्नेलाई धान चाहिएको छ, धान बेच्नेलाई जुत्ता चाहिएको छ अरे। अब यसमा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि धानको भ्यालु र जुत्ताको भ्यालु त फाल्टै फाल्टै हुन्छ है, त्यसको बराबर त तोलमोल गर्न सकिँदैन थियो र यस्तो खालके प्रब्लमहरु चाहिँ त्यति बेला चाहिँ आउँथ्यो डबल कोइन्सिडेन्समा चाहिँ। अब चाहिँ अब 1 केजी धानमा चाहिँ उले चाहिँ 4 जोडी जुत्ता दिनु पर्यो र यस्तो खालके प्रब्लमहरु चाहिँ त्यति बेला चाहिँ आउँथ्यो। बट दिस प्रब्लम्स हैज बीन सल्भ बाइ द इन्ट्रोडक्सन अफ द मनी, है। अदरवाइज के हुन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यही हुन्थ्यो, अब जुन जुत्ता र यता धानको जस्तै खालके चाहिँ अब धान बेच्नेले जुत्ता चाहिँ अब 5-6 जोडी ल्याउनु पर्यो, उताबाट 2-3 केजी धान दिनु पर्यो, तर त्यसमा दुईटै चीजको भ्यालु चाहिँ के भएन, युजलेस, अब त्यो बेसलेस भयो त्यो चाहिँ अब, है। ओके, नाउ मुभिङ टुवर्ड्स द अनदर इज दैट प्रॉब्लम्स अफ डबल कोइन्सिडेंस। एज आई had already made you clear regarding these things, that in olden days when modern currency was not involved, that means in use, people had to sell and buy each other's commodities. This was called a barter system. For instance, if a shoe manufacturer wants to buy weight, he has to find a farmer who wants to buy a shoe in exchange of the weight. As I had already made it clear regarding this thing also. Both parties have to agree to sell and buy each other commodities. This is known as double coincidence of man. Once, that means if both the party are willing to sell and buy each other commodities, then this is what we call a double coincidence. In a barter system where goods are directly exchanged without the use of money, double coincidence of ones is an essential feature because every time, as I told you, that it was difficult for them to find out the same kinds of people out there having the same kinds of feelings and desire. अब सपोज मेरो डिजायर यो चीज किन्नु छ, उसको मेरोमा भएको चीज किन्नु छ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई डबल कोइन्सिडेन्स भन्छौ। तर यदि मैले चाहेको चीज उता पाइन, उताको चीज मैले पाइन भने के गर्नु पर्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि आई हेभ टु वर्क very hard. I have to search for those kinds of people, but this problem was solved by the money. Okay, I hope you had understood this system. So barter system means it is a whole method of exchange of things. That means this system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. र कुनै चीज जस्तै अब मलाई भाले चाहिएको छ, अर्कोलाई फलफुल चाहिएको छ भने you can see in this picture also that they are exchanging commodities in the place of commodities. समानको साथमा समानै उनीहरूले एक्सचेन्ज गर्दैछ। बट के भयो अहिले चाहिँ यो चाहिँ this type of system is not here. Okay, now what is currency? Let us discuss. Modern forms of money is include currency, including paper notes and coins. Currency भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ which you see currency अब हामीले देख्छौं जुन प्रकारको नोट्सहरु अहिले मोडर्न फर्मको नोट्सहरु अब we see a different types of coinsहरु we see a different types of, so this is a currency, this is a currency है। यसलाई हामी करेन्सी भनेर चाहिँ भन्छौं। यो चाहिँ केमा छ भन्दा चाहिँ हामी यसलाई नोट भनेर भन्छौं है। सो but the currency not includes a note, it includes a coins also. The modern currency is without its own use. In India, the Reserve Bank of India issues currency note on behalf of the central government. An Indian rupee widely accepted as a method of exchange. It is accepted as a medium of exchange because the currency is authorized by the government of the country. No other individual or organization is allowed to use currency. That means currency is always issued by a bank, Reserve Bank, under the guidance of central government. जबसम्म सेन्ट्रल गभर्नमेन्टले को गाइडेन्समा चाहिँ कुनै ब्याङ्कले इस्यु गर्दैन, जबसम्म गभर्नमेन्टले अथराइज दिँदैन तबसम्म चाहिँ हामी करेन्सीको चाहिँ कुनै भ्यालु नै हुँदैन। इन्डियामा चाहिँ रिजर्भ ब्याङ्क अफ इन्डियाले आरबीआई ले करेन्सीलाई छाप्छ अनि यो चाहिँ कसकोबाट उनीहरूले चाहिँ अधिकार पाएको छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ दे गट दिस राइट from the central government of India, and the same money is used as a medium of exchange. And I told you that money, currency भन्नु बित्तिकै it is not only a note, it is a coin also. Coins and note both include as a currency. So here you can see different names of the currency of the world. India को लागि हामी रुपी भनेर भन्छौं, USA dollar है which is used in worldwide. त्यस्तै प्रकारले इंग्ल्यान्ड we call it a pound, China Chinese yuan, Japan yen, Australia dollar, Sri Lanka rupee. So these are the different names of the currency of the world also, and you can see the Japan and Sri Lanka currency out here also. Okay, now moving towards the what are the role of RBI. र RBI ले कस्तो प्रकारको रोल्सहरु खेल्छ भनेपछि एउटा उनीहरुले करेन्सी पब्लिश गर्छ, त्यसको साथसाथमा के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ issuing currency note, currency authority. That means they are the only sole authority who has got a right from the central government of India to print and publish a currency and currency. Okay, sorry. Banker to government. र गभर्नमेन्ट को बैंक कुन चाहिँ हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आरबीआई रिजर्भ बैंक अफ इन्डिया चाहिँ गभर्नमेन्ट कै बैंक हो भनेर चाहिँ हामी भन्न सक्छौं। वाट एभर द लोन एक्टिभिटी देखि लिएर पैसा राख्ने कामहरु गभर्नमेन्टको जति पनि फन्डहरु त दैट इज अल केप्ट इन द रिजर्भ बैंक. So bankers bank कम सुपरभाइजर. सो आरबिआई एक्ट एज अ सुपरभाइजर अफ अल द ब्याङ्क्स अफ इन्डिया. हाम्रो इन्डियामा जति पनि ब्याङ्क छ जस्तो प्रकारले एसबिआई भयो, एक्सिस ब्याङ्कहरू भयो, एचडिएफसी, हामी है क्यानरा ब्याङ्कहरू भन्छ, सिक्किम स्टेट ब्याङ्कहरू छ, र यो सबैको चाहिँ केयरटेकर, सबैको हेड है, चेयरम्यान भनौँ न है, यो चाहिँ को टाउके भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ द्याट इज अ रिजर्भ ब्याङ्क अफ इन्डिया. सो अन्डर द सर्टेन गाइडलाइन्स द्याट हेज बिन प्रिपेयर्ड बाई द रिजर्भ ब्याङ्क अफ इन्डिया, अदर ब्याङ्क क्यान फङ्सन. जति पनि अरू ब्याङ्कले चाहिँ फङ्सन गर्छ त्यो चाहिँ सबै रिजर्भ ब्याङ्क अफ इन्डियाको अन्डरमा गर्छ. ओके, मोनिटरी रेगुलेसन एन्ड म्यानेजमेन्ट, र पैसाको विषयमा, करेन्सीको विषयमा सबै पनि त्यसको डिसिजन लिन्छ. कसले लिन्छ? हु इज गोइङ टु टेक अ डिसिजन भन्दाखेरि द्याट इज अ आरबिआई. एक्सचेन्ज म्यानेजमेन्ट एन्ड कन्ट्रोल, कलेक्सन अफ डाटा एन्ड पब्लिकेसन. सो वाट इज द एमाउन्ट अफ मनी, कति रिक्वायर भएको छ, कस्तो प्रकारको करेन्सीहरू निकाल्नुपर्छ भनेको सबै काम चाहिँ कसले गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ द्याट इज द वर्क अफ आरबिआई. ओके, नाउ द एनोदर इज लोन है. लोन भन्नेबित्तिकै हामी के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ वी नो डिफ्रेन्ट टाइप्स अफ लोन. थुप्रो प्रकारको लोनहरू चाहिँ हामी बुझ्छौँ है. लोन चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ लोन चाहिँ हामीले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ लोन इज अ लेन्डिङ अफ मनी फ्रम वान इन्डिभिजुअल अर्गनाइजेसन अर इन्टायरली टु एनोदर इन्डिभिजुअल अर्गनाइजेसन अर entity. A loan is a debt provided by an entity, organizer or individual to another entity at an interest rate and evidenced by the promissory notes which specify among other things the principal amount of money borrowed, the interest rate the lender is charging. र लोन चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामी सिम्पल भाषामा भनौँ चाहिँ बाँकी, जस्तै कसैले कसैलाई बाँकी दिनु, तर त्यसको रिप्लेसमा चाहिँ उसले पैसा पाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ द्याट ही अर सी ह्याभ टु पे द सम एमाउन्ट अफ इन्ट्रेस्ट अलिकति बढाएर चाहिँ दिनुलाई चाहिँ हामी लोन भनेर चाहिँ भन्छौँ. र लोन इज अ लेन्डिङ अफ मनी फ्रम वान इन्डिभिजुअल अर्गनाइजेसनदेखि अरूलाई या इन्डिभिजुअललाई या ग्रुपलाई है त्यस्तो बाँकीमा दिनुलाई चाहिँ हामी लोन भनेर चाहिँ भन्छौँ है. ओके, अ लोन इनलिस्ट reallocation of the subject's asset for periods of time between the lender and the borrower. So whenever we are going to take a loan at the time हामी के गर्नुपर्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ we have to show something है. हाम्रो प्रोपर्टीको अनुसार चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ लोन पाउँछ. If I have to take a personal loan then I should have a salary certificate हुनु पर्यो. सपोज मलाई अरू हाउसिङ लोनहरू चाहियो भने मेरो घर जग्गा जमिनहरू मैले देखाउनु पर्यो, र यो क्राइटेरियामा मात्रै the bank is going to offer you a loan. Okay, now loan is that there are different types of loans है. थुप्रो प्रकारको लोन छ, जस्तै vehicle loan, property loan, personal loan, business loan. यो चाहिँ ब्याङ्कबाट दिने बाँकी, मान्छेलाई जब ब्याङ्कले बाँकी दिन्छ in order to do something, but in return they will charge a minimum amount of interest. So that is a loan. Okay, now loan activities of bank. How bank is going to provide a loan to the people, right? Banks keep a small proportion of their deposits as cash with themselves to pay the depositors who might come to withdraw money from the bank of any given day. Bank use the major portion of the deposit to extend loan. Now, what is here? Bank keep a small proportion of their deposit as cash with themselves. र ब्याङ्कले चाहिँ उनीहरुकोमा चाहिँ क्याश चाहिँ एकदमै कम्ती राखेको हुन्छ है, themselves to pay the depositor. अब सपोज आई एम अ डिपोजिटर, म एउटा ब्याङ्कको डिपोजिट गर्ने म मान्छे छु अरे. इफ आई हेभ अ अकाउन्ट इन माई ब्याङ्क, सो वाट आई विल डु, आई विल गो एन्ड आई विल डिपोजिट माई मनी इन द ब्याङ्क. र ब्याङ्कले के गर्छ, द ब्याङ्क विल युटिलाइज द सेम मनी एन्ड ही विल गिभ दोज मनी एज अ लोन टु द अनदर पिपल हु आर इन निड. म त राख्दैछु भनेपछि म के पाउँछु राख्ने भन्दा आई एम अल्सो गेटिङ एन इन्ट्रेस्ट अफ द्याट मनी. एन्ड हाउ ब्याङ्कले कसरी इन्ट्रेस्ट दिँदैछ भन्दाखेरि ब्याङ्क इज अगेन गिभिङ द्याट मनी टु द अनदर पर्सन हु इज इन निड एन्ड ही इज अल्सो कलेक्टिङ अ इन्ट्रेस्ट फ्रम द्याट पर्सन. दिस इज हाउ द ब्याङ्क्स आर युटिलाइजिङ है. एउटाबाट आएको द्याट इज एउटा सर्कल प्रोसेस हो, साइक्लिङ जस्तो प्रोसेसमा. ब्याङ्क युज मेजर पोर्सन अफ द डिपोजिट टु एक्सटेन्ड लोन्स. इन दिस वे ब्याङ्क्स मिडिएट बिट्विन दोज हु हेभ सरप्लस फन्ड, द डिपोजिटर्स, those who are in need of this fund. As I already told you that if I am a depositor, if I have a huge amount of money, then I will go and I will deposit it to bank, and in the place of that I will get a minimum amount of interest rate from the bank, and the bank is again utilizing the same money to the another person. He is giving that money, right, and he is charging interest from that person also. And यसमा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले मेरो इन्ट्रेस्ट पनि पाइरहेको हुन्छु, उता ब्याङ्कले पनि आफ्नो इन्ट्रेस्ट कमाइरहेको हुन्छ. दिस इज हाउ लोन चाहिँ फङ्सन हुन्छ. ब्याङ्क चार्ज अ हायर इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट अन लोन्स देन वाट दे अफर अन डिपोजिट. जति मैले चाहिँ डिपोजिट गर्दाखेरि म जति मैले इन्ट्रेस्ट पाउँछु त्योभन्दा बेसी चाहिँ ब्याङ्कले उताबाट इन्ट्रेस्ट कलेक्ट गर्छ. किनभने ब्याङ्कले चाहिँ पैसा दिँदैछ. मैले सपोज म लोनमा लिएँ, इफ आई है टेक अ लोन फ्रम द ब्याङ्क, द्याट मिन्स आई विल हेभ टु पे अ बिगर अमाउन्ट अफ इन्ट्रेस्ट. बट इफ आई एम डिपोजिटिङ द मनी देन आई एम गेटिङ अ लोवर इन्ट्रेस्ट. दिस इज हाउ द ब्याङ्क आर टेकिङ बेनिफिट फ्रम द loans also. The difference between what is charged from borrowers and what is paid to the depositor is their main source of income. People accept it successfully. So this is how the source of income of the bank is through the loan. That's how they are investing the money to others and they are generating their income. This is how the loan take place. Credit loan activities of the bank. So what does it mean? Whether credit would be useful or not depends on risks in the situation. र के छ भने क्रेडिट लोनहरु पनि दिन्छ ब्याङ्कले. जस्तै फेस्टिभल सिजन credit plays a vital and positive role if made a good profit. Credit is for crop production. If crop failure, credit pushes the person into a trap. Credit के छ भने suppose the bank is giving a loan to the person but the person is not able to provide a interest rate भनेपछि के भयो, ब्याङ्क डुब्यो अब त्यसमा खेरि हैन. बिकज उले चाहिँ के भन्छ चाहिँ क्रेडिटमा दिएको अब क्रेडिट कार्ड भनेर पनि हामीले एउटा सोच्छौँ. जस्तै अब के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ इफ आई डोन्ट ह्याभ मनी अल्सो बट इफ आई हेभ अ क्रेडिट कार्ड देन वाट आई क्यान डु भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई क्यान युज द मनी इन अ क्रेडिट. मैले चाहिँ बाँकीमा पनि चलाउनु सक्छु ब्याङ्कबाट. र यसरी ब्याङ्कले जब क्रेडिटमा लोन दिन्छ, तर क्रेडिटमा लोन दिँदाखेरि चाहिँ जसलाई दियो त्यो मान्छे चाहिँ डुब्यो भने चाहिँ ब्याङ्कले पनि केही पाउँदैन. त्यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ रिस्क फ्याक्टर पनि हुन्छ, वेयरएज प्रॉफिट पनि हुने चाहिँ चान्सेसहरु हुन्छ. र फेस्टिभल सिजन्स भयो, क्रेडिट प्लेज अ भाइटल एन्ड पोजिटिभ रोल इफ मेड गुड प्रॉफिट. यदि राम्रो प्रॉफिट भयो भने ब्याङ्कले पनि राम्रोसँगले प्रॉफिट उनीहरूले पाइहाल्छ, इन्ट्रेस्ट पाइहाल्छ. वेयरएज प्लान्ट्सहरुमा उनीहरूले चाहिँ इन्भेस्ट गरेको छ, उनीहरूले क्रेडिट दिएको छ, लोन दिएको छ भने यदि क्रपहरु फेलियर भयो भने के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ ब्याङ्क इज नट गोइङ टु गेट अ मनी. त्यसको साथसाथमा दोज पर्सन हु इज टेकिङ अ लोन फ्रम द ब्याङ्क उनीहरू चाहिँ डेब्ट ट्र्याकमा जान्छ भने चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ बाँकीमा चाहिँ उनीहरू डुब्छ है. ओके, कोल्याटरल. सो इन एडिसन टु द इन्ट्रेस्ट लेन्डर्स मे डिमान्ड कोल्याटरल सेक्युरिटी एगेन्स्ट लोन. र whenever in addition to the interest lenders may demand collateral against loan. अब के भनेको भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ what is it? Collateral is an asset that the borrowers own such as land, building, vehicle, livestock deposit with banks and uses these as a guarantee to lender unit the loan is repaid. Collateral भनेको के हुन्छ भने चाहिँ whenever the person is taking a loan from the bank will demand us some of the thing. के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ as they will demand the salary certificate या त है यहाँ चाहिँ property या त कति लाइफ स्टक्सहरु छ, गाई बस्तु कति छ है, त्यसमा ब्याङ्कमा उसको डिपोजिट पैसा कति छ. यो चाहिँ उनीहरूले के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यसलाई चाहिँ भन्छ सेक्युरिटी भनेर भन्छ है. कोल्याटरल भनेको चाहिँ सेक्युरिटी भनेको नि. अब किनभने चाहिँ इफ the person who has taken a loan from the bank, if he is not able to pay, if he will not pay those loans to the bank, the bank ले त जसरी पनि recovery गर्नु पर्यो. So in this case whatever the thing that has been deposited, that has been sold by the particular person, bank ले त्यही चीजलाई रिकभर गरेर क्लेम गरेर या त्यसलाई बेचेर हुन्छ, त्यसबाट चाहिँ उले जति पनि लोन लिएछ that he can recover those loan from the people. Okay, if the borrower fails to repay the loan, the lender has the right to sell the asset or collateral to obtain payment. So this is how the banks are giving a loans. उनीहरुको रिस्क फ्याक्टर चाहिँ एकदमै कम्तीमा बस्छ किनभने चाहिँ they are always taking something, keeping something as a guarantee. If the person not able to provide the interest and provide the loan to the bank, then the bank may sell those property and they will recover the money. This is what we call a collateral. The credit arrangement here is a small story like a small farmer borrows money from एन्ड एग्रिकल्चरल ट्रेडर। एग्रिकल्चर ट्रेडरकोबाट एउटा फार्मरले एउटा कम्ती पैसा बोरो गरेको छ है। द रेशियो अफ द इन्ट्रेस्ट इज 36% per annum. The trader supplies farms input like seeds and fertilizers. In addition to the interest, the capital, the farmer has to sell his crop only to the trader. The farmer has to accept the price offered by the trader. The trader not only gets the interest for his loan but also on profit from selling a crop. Right? You have one situation. That means the trader is providing loan also, the trader is investing on the farmer also, and the trader has a right to fix the price also. भनेपछि यसमा कसले फाइदा हुँदैछ? ट्रेडरलाई हुँदैछ। र अर्को सिचुएसन छ, a farmer borrows money from the bank, the rate of interest is 8.5. The loan can be repaid anytime in the next 3 years. The farmer plans to repay the loan after harvest by selling a part of the crop. The farmer will then store rest of the potatoes in a cold storage and sell it in when the price is high. The farmer can apply for a fresh loan from the bank against the cold storage received. The bank's offer. So this is another situation. We can take a loan from the bank also, and we can give it. We can repay back those loan within the 3 years. 8.5% को इसमा र अर्को सिचुएसन त 36% इन्ट्रेस्ट पनि तिर्नु पर्ने, वेयर त्यसको साथसाथमा उसलाई नै बेच्नु पर्ने है। भनेपछि द्याट मिन्स उ चाहिँ लोनबाट कहिले पनि छुटेन। वेयर यता उसले लोन लिएको छ, रिकभर्ड द लोन अल्सो, त्यसको साथसाथमा उसले के पनि गर्यो, ही इज अर्निङ मनी अल्सो। एन्ड अनदर द थर्ड वान है, एन एग्रिकल्चरल लेबर बोरोड मनी फ्रम हर इम्प्लोय टु मेक द एक्सपेन्स फर सडन इलनेस इन द फ्यामिली। द रेसियो अफ इन्ट्रेस्ट इज 60% per annum है। इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट हेर्नु सबभन्दा हाइस्ट छ, साथीबाट लोन लिएको छ है। द लेबर हेज टु रिपे हर लोन बाई वर्किङ फर द इम्प्लोयर। ही हेज टु वर्क फर द एनदर इम्प्लोयर अल्सो। द इम्प्लोय डज नट ट्रिट द लेबर वेल। इम्प्लोय आर द ओन्ली सोर्स अफ क्रेडिट for the landless agricultural labor. So here this is the third scenario. This is how the loan activity can take place, and it is up to us. So we have to be very wise while taking a loan, because if we are going to take a loan from the other person and they are charging a very high amount of interest, then we will never get out from that loan activity. It is right to claim a loan from the bank only. Okay, now moving to another slide, that is the working of cooperative, and people take loans for cooperative also. So what we see around in our locality is that WDS, SLG obviously some of yours mother are also the part of those SLG and WDS, and the government has formed this group in order to provide a loan, that is cooperative भनेपछि उनीहरु एकजुट भएर कोअपरेट एक अर्कालाई कोअपरेट गरेर चाहिँ उनीहरुले काम गर्नु लाग्छ है। सो बिसाइड बैंक्स द मेजर सोर्सेस अफ चीप क्रेडिट इन रूरल एरियाज द कोअपरेटिभ सोसाइटी। सो दिस WDS, the SHG group, they are also provided with the money by the government also, and the women can take a loan from that, but the interest rate which they have to pay is very low. In order to uplift the women of the rural areas, right? Women are uplift गर्नको लागि चाहिँ okay, members of a cooperative pool their resources for cooperative in certain areas. There are several types of cooperative names like farmers cooperative, weaver cooperatives, industrial worker cooperative, है र यो टाइपको कोअपरेटिभ हुन्छ। अब हाम्रो चाहिँ स्पेशली वी हेभ एसएचजी ग्रुप्सहरु छ हाम्रो हैन, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुपहरु भन्छ। दे आर टेकिङ लोन फ्रम द सेम ग्रुप इन अर्डर टु सम अफ द थिंग्स, दे विल सेल दोज थिंग्स एन्ड दे विल पे मनी टु द कोअपरेटिभ। That is a cooperative, and people take loans from the cooperative. This is the perfect example. You can see over here locality also हामी आफ्नै आमाहरुलाई दिदीहरुलाई पनि हामी यसको विषयमा चाहिँ हामी सोध्नु पनि सक्छौं, किनभने चाहिँ they are getting money from their own groups, किन भन्दा in order to uplift their situation. This is how. And another types of cooperatives are farmers cooperatives, right? There will be a group of farmers and certain funds will be allocated to them, and they have to take out the fund from those cooperatives and utilize it in agriculture, and then when there will be a good harvest of his crop, then what he will do, he will sell the same things and repay the loan. Okay, now the cooperative accept deposit from its members. So what the another thing is they are doing, they will deposit a monthly, उनीहरुको ग्रुपमा मन्थली उनीहरुले पैसा राख्छ, त्यो राखेर एउटा मेन amount उनीहरुले चाहिँ त्यहाँ राख्छ। जस्तै using the deposits as collateral, the cooperative obtains a large loan from the bank. The loan amount received from the banks is used as a fund to provide loans to the members. That means what they will do, these cooperative society will get loans from the bank itself. And again they are using the same amount of money to provide loan to the members of their cooperative. Once the members repay the loans, the amount is repaid in the bank and the fresh loan can be taken. Again the same thing. If A or C will repay the loan, and again that loan will be deposited to the bank, right? Bank ले दिन्छ कोअपरेटिभलाई, कोअपरेटिभले अरूलाई दिन्छ, अनि उनीहरूले फेरि बुझाउँदा कोअपरेटिभ बुझाउँछ, कोअपरेटिभले त्यसलाई जम्मा गरेर फेरि they will take it to the bank and they will deposit out there. This is how the cooperative functioning. The cooperative provides loan to its member for the purchase of agricultural implements, loans for cultivation of agricultural trade, fishing loan, loans for construction of houses, and for the variety of other expenses. This is how the cooperative society are using. है लोन चाहिँ हामीले ब्याङ्क मात्रै नपाएर हामीले चाहिँ कोअपरेटिभ सोसाइटीको थ्रुबाट नि पाउँछ, बट इन अ मिनिमम इन्ट्रेस्ट रेट. Okay, now moving further, that is the SHG. As I already mentioned you about the SHG को विषयमा मैले भनि पनि हाले that we are having the SHG, self-help women self-help group in our own locality, and now they are very active. They are doing different kinds of things. They are getting a huge amount of money from the bank, and what they are doing, they are dividing those money as a loan to their own members. They will utilize the same money in a different things, and again they will repay those money to the SHG, and SHG बाट फेरि उनीहरुले ब्याङ्कमा पुर्याउँछ है. This is how the SHGs are working today, right? So in recent years people have tried out some new ways of providing loans to the poor. The idea is to organize poor, in particular women, into small self-help groups and pool. मैले अघि भनिहाले that the SHG किन बनाएको भन्दा चाहिँ in order to uplift the rural areas women, and a typical SHG has 15 to 20 members, usually belonging to one neighborhood who meet to save regularly. That means they are saving a money, they are paying in monthly, right? Monthly wise दिन्छ उनीहरुले पैसा, and they will collecting those money, they will keeping as their own fund, and they will also getting a loan from the banks also, which they will distribute among them. So this is how the SHG are functioning, and they will help themselves in order to overcome from the problem, right? Okay, you can see the picture out here. That is the SHG group. अहिले एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट पार्ट भइछ हाम्रो सोसाइटीको, as they are working for the benefit of the society also, है एक्टिभली हामी देख्न सक्छौँ यो सबै कुरा. Okay, now this is the best example of right Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. यो चाहिँ एकदम Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, one of the biggest success story in reaching the poor to meet the credit need as a reasonable rate. So Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, the success rate of this bank is the biggest one, right? That it is able to help the poor one. It is very successful in uplifting the weaker section of the society. So it was started in 1970, and now over 6 million borrowers in about 40,000 villages spread across the Bangladesh. That means 1970 मा सुरु भएको आज 6 मिलियन भन्दा बेसी के चाहिँ यहाँनिर borrowersहरु छ, यहाँबाट चाहिँ लोन लिएर जाने दृश्यहरु चाहिँ खिचिएको छ. Almost all of the borrowers are women and belong to the poor section of the society. These borrowers have proved that not only the poor women reliable borrowers, but they can start and run a variety of small income generating. And in 2006, the Nobel Prize they got this Grameen Bank. Professor Muhammad Yunus also got the founder of this bank, Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. The founder was Professor Muhammad Yunus. He also got a Nobel Prize in 2006. Right? This is also a kind of एउटा सानो बैंक हो जसले चाहिँ यसरी सबैको बेनिफिटको लागि चाहिँ काम गरेको छ. And the important one which we have to study is that is the debt trap. So it is a situation in which person takes a loan and due to unavoidable circumstances is not able to repay his loan. भने चाहिँ लोन लियो अब तिर्नु सकेन भने चाहिँ कहाँ फस्यो भने चाहिँ लोनको ट्र्यापमा फस्यो. Now faces a difficult situation and has to take a tough decision, either he has to borrow a fresh loan or sell some part of his property and repay the earlier loan. This is how the debt trap. I had already explained about this also. मैले लोन लिए, मैले तिर्नु सकिनँ, मेरो क्रप्सहरु फेल भयो है, त्यसको बदली या त मैले फेरि बाँकी लिनु पर्यो, त्यसमा आधी तिरेर आधीबाट काम गर्नु पर्यो, हैन भने चाहिँ I have to sell a certain portion of my property in order to repay the loan. This is what we call a debt trap. Okay, another is cheat fund. The cheat fund means a fund set for collection of small saving of the people who earn a daily basis like chai wala, pan wala, etc. These people can save ₹10 and ₹100 on the daily basis and deposit in the fund. र cheat fund चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ daily basis मा चाहिँ जो एउटा lower level को wages मा चाहिँ low level wages कमाउने मान्छेहरु छ, those who are engage in a primary activities, right, like chai wala or pan wala, they used to deposit a certain minimum amount of money, that is 10 rupees, 20 rupees, or 100 rupees daily basis deposit garcha, right? The money collected and invested in the shares for the debentures of the companies or in the government bonds, and return earned on those investments paid back to the investor after deducting the administrative charges and managing the fund. That means the cheat fund भनेको चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ that the people, right, they have to deposit. कस्तो खालको people भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ डेली बेसिसमा चाहिँ 10 रुपैयाँ देखि लिएर 100 रुपैयाँ सम्म चाहिँ मान्छेले डिपोजिट गर्छ, अनि त्यो डिपोजिट गरेको पैसा चाहिँ काहीँ शेयर मार्केटमा इन्भेस्टहरु गरिन्छ, अनि त्यो इन्भेस्ट गरेर चाहिँ बादमा चाहिँ फेरि अगेन that money will be bring back, and then after again that money will be given to those people who had deposited this money, and your interest rate will be a very good one. So that is what we call a cheat fund. I hope you understood the thing. So as we know that plastic money, now the money is also replaced by a plastic money. In this lockdown period, we already know that the people are using nowadays a mobile banking like phone pay, VPay, right? This is how the plastic money, debit and credit cards are also called a plastic money. And now I think the day is coming to replace the money also, that is through this banking, net banking, online payment को थ्रुबाट चाहिँ अहिले हाम्रो मनी पनि हाम्रो के हुँदैछ हराउँदै हराउँदै गएको जस्तै हामी चाहिँ देख्दैछौँ. As we all know that in the ancient time the people used to exchange, and that is called the barter system. Then this system was replaced by introduction of money, the currency, notes and all. And nowadays what we are doing is we are exchanging things through a mobile banking, through a phone pay. हामी अहिले चाहिँ यो गर्दैछौँ, QR code मा चाहिँ हामी we are scanning and we are paying the money, even we don't have a cash in our hand also. Maybe in coming days there will be a more other alternative in order to have this the medium of selling and buying. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope this session was really a beneficial one to all of you. Okay, thank you.